How do you get more? That's what I'm interested. What if you want more? I want more. Can you get more? I guess just four. Four is plenty for like most stuff. Why have I never really seen this in use? Well, MMU in general is just not used. In fact, it seems like bamboo has kind of sparked or rejuvenated the market for MMU because the current systems weren't reliable. The Prusa MMU has had issues. The Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder is a complete custom build. And even if you buy it assembled, you're still buying a custom MMU that you have to do a lot of work to. It's not plug and play, which is what a lot of people want. Plus, it has to work with Clipper, so there's that. Well, technically should work with Clipper. I don't know of any other MMU. There's what's the expensive one? The one that like slices together the filament. What's that called? Palette. Is the palette, but that's expensive. There's tool changers, which is a completely different concept. But yeah, I don't. There's just nothing. There's no really mainstream cheap options that work well. And then Bamboo is like, hey, look at this. We can do it. I don't know what they're necessarily doing different. That's that much better, but it's possible. They've proven that it's possible to get AMS on a sub, not $1,000, but reasonably priced setup. I'm excited for the AMS clones, or not AMS, the Bamboo. Is it AMS? Yeah, AMS clones, where people take all the features from that and then make their own. Hell, yeah, no. You can stack them, so 4 filament tubes before the colors. It's used to. That's what I thought. It probably is, but it's probably like a bit of, you probably don't want to do that, but it can type of thing. 2 in, 1 out, 4 colors. Oh, IDEX. IDEX with 3D Chameleon. That'd be interesting. I mean, that's what I was saying a long time ago. Not a long time, but when I was originally doing mine, like, why did you have two tool heads where all the time you're wasting doing the color swaps, the other extruder is printing. So you unload one, do the whole thing, and then the other one starts printing. Like, that seems like a no-brainer in terms of speed. And then Core XY even better. We took a look at that magnetic swapping IDEX. Remember that? That'll be cool once that becomes a little more popular and has some more stuff about it. I'm excited. Okay, what's next? Next shelf. I don't know. What goes in shelf 2? So the bottom shelf is our hydroscopic filaments. I have one more shelf of them, or one more box. Mike gave up. Yeah. I caught it. Alignment, stability, thermal. Oh. Well, that's why I want Core XY IDEX. IDEX? But yeah, no, just like Core XY based IDEX. So IDEX on a system that's actually decent to begin with. That's what I want to see. And how's this coming? Still looking pretty good. Probably printing it a bit faster than we probably should. This is more of a stress test than anything. Tridex. I just don't like the stealth burner for PLA. I don't love it. I don't love it. It's okay. But I'd like to see something like Eva IDEX. Or tool head changer with the ear. Well, that's what I mean. Like you can have tool head, or you can have tool changer with MMU. Prusa XL is a tool changer. It's a tool changer. So similar concept, right? Where you can dock an extruder and then have another one do something. But IDEX is ready to go. The benefit is that like you can have the other one engaged like seconds after, so it's so much faster than tool changer. Because tool changer you have to go dock, grab, and then do the thing. Like allegedly. I want a tool changer. I will be getting a tool changer eventually. Like, if we have to build our own tool changer, I'll do it. But just the ability to do support materials would be amazing. I would build an IDEX just to have support materials. There's so many models I want to print that really shouldn't be printed with FDM, even with supports. E3D makes a tool changer. Well, yes, tool changer. Literally tool changer. But that's a bit of an outdated system, and it's expensive. So what I've heard from people who own one, it's kind of like, I still have one. It just seems like they're due for a major upgrade, especially with the Prusa XL coming out. Who knows, baby? Bamboo's working on a tool changer. Possible, right? But something like a four tool tool changer. Zach Freeman has one. Yes, he has a tool changer. Yep. Yeah. We should send him Polymaker filament. It's like a whole stash. That'd be cool. Hey, John. Well, come on. I'm a little bit of a late stream tonight. That's okay. We're having fun. Is what Crowley's working on? I doubt it. We did this today. We installed the Ugh. We still haven't fixed this camera issue, but that's more laziness on my part. Yes. Oh yes, sorry. We are trying to figure out this bed situation. Oh, that's another good point. I haven't. Is there an input shaper? I did see this flood. I watched that whole video. I even posted on the FlyMaker server, but that's not up to my discretion. What's this? Man, sorry, I'm typing. Just doing the typing stuff. What are you printing? This thing, which apparently is questionable if it's actually gonna print. I mean, it has a couple of overhangs. I just wanted a smooth gummy bear, but it gave me a voxel gummy bear. It's like, okay, sure, why not? That has a lot of accelerations. So this is not a slow, we're not telling it to go slow. We're definitely kind of pushing it towards its capacity. So 3K acceleration on a 300 millimeter bed. Of course, we could probably push it further, but these motors are not giving, they're I feel like they're underpowered a little. I don't know. They just seem to run cold, and at least with glass, I felt like it would skip easy. Or it's very easy to pull the bed. But yeah, it's a gummy bear. The first layers are very interesting. It's not sliced extremely well. Okay. Freaking everyone's around the world. All right, John. Imagine working with people that aren't in your time zone. LDO superpower motors. I would love to. I'd love to. I got these right here, like 2 feet away from me. High temp speedy powers. Not quite the superpowers, but one day. Yeah, this is a stock printer. Stock board, stock everything, just running Clipper. Even I kept the extruder stock. I did my best. This is the stock VL touch mount. Superpower would be interesting. I'd love to see it. That seems like it's working. A set of the same steppers. Oh, motors? Dirt cheap. They probably like 1 amp motors. There's no branding on them. It's just blank. They're just generic. Generic NEMA spec. Generic NEMA 17 motor. My BQ came with Moons 0.9 degree steppers. But yeah, if you can buy them for $10, they probably cost like $1 to manufacture. It's kind of crazy how cheap you can get stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, dummy cheap. And of course, the manufacturer is going to pay more per. Well, you know, there's all kinds of costs involved. So what is the manufacturer actually paying per item? Yeah, they're buying a ton of them. Everything's in bulk. Same thing with their boards. Like, there's a reason why these printers are so cheap. They put the money in where it matters, or where at least they think it matters. Is this running any type of input shaper? Did I hack? I think I did something. I'm pretty sure. I did. I totally hacked it. I'm pretty sure. I took an existing config and stole the input shaper values. It seems to work. So yes, we are running shaper, but it's not this configuration. And look at the bed. It is pretty stable. Like, you saw how much I was flexing it. It's not bad. Like, you're watching on a very shaky camera. I touch this thing and it shakes, so 50 cent stepper. I don't know how much it costs to manufacture stuff. 1 of 5 years had a faulty motherboard. Of what? Uh, Congruent or? Oh, KP3s, yeah. Yeah, they're cheap. Maybe this will be done by the time we're done streaming. I'm just impressed. Like I'm keeping an eye on it because, of course, I don't want this to just explode. But for just throwing on a PEI, again, once you get a couple layers down, and you can see, or you can't see, that it tried to adapt the mesh. Like, it does a pretty good job of kind of blending in the mesh. So I'll be excited to see how it handles large prints. See if it can compensate well enough. In my experience, a 0.3 difference in bed mesh. Remember, that's the extremes. So that's the corner of the bed. So even a 0.3 bed mesh should be reasonably okay to compensate for. And which is why you need a BL Touch on a printer this size. You really do. You need some way of referencing the bed. I don't get how people just don't. Even glass. You saw the glass. It can be hard. AP3S seems easy for the money. Oh yeah, totally. I absolutely love that printer. I did have to. Well, I wanted to do some upgrades on it, so I installed linear rails in the Z, PEI bed. I did end up putting an H2 on it, but it's a decent platform. So it has this extruder, which is mediocre, but it works. It's like minimum that you would want for an extruder. And then it's just cheap. Like, it was 150 on sale. 150 for a printer that can go reasonably fast. I like it. It's all about that decent mesh. Yeah, like making good mesh. So when this, a 7x7 is what I went with. And this is what it ended up probing right here. So not the worst. Less than 0.3, but we're not printing out here. We're not printing over here. We're just printing in this little area. So that's also exaggerated. Oh, that's cool. You can like, yeah. Let's take out the extremes. Where is it the most flat? Kind of like right in the middle there, right? Is that Mars? Wow, everyone's just like, shh. $70 for an Ender. 70. The cheapest new you can buy is 100 at Micro Center, and even then, I wouldn't buy that. I really wouldn't. Maybe for parts, like we were going over and looking at what printers would you buy for parts, even like used printers, and there really isn't many that are worth buying because you want a silent board. That's like a bare minimum requirement, is having a silent board. And then you need a reasonable power supply, preferably a Meanwell. It helps if it has some other nice stuff like decent motors, maybe even a hot end that you can reuse. So there's a lot of stuff in an Ender 3 that you can reuse, but everything that you would is just kind of crappy. There's a lot of like just crappy stuff that you don't necessarily want and you wouldn't buy in the first place. So if you have one to reuse, great. But it's not a printer I would strive to go out and just buy. Even the refurbished ones. You buy an LGO Born kit for parts? I would too. Then you got $70 for Rails and Honda. Yeah. It's fair. That's what I did. I got my under 3v2 pretty cheap. That's what got me into printing and modding. Is I got my printer for so cheap that I could spend extra money on mods. So I got a micro Swiss direct drive. I got linear rails. I got a PEI. Didn't get a whole lot of filament. I didn't realize how important it was to get filament when I got a printer. Like, oh boy, I actually have to like stock up on stuff for this thing. It's like when you buy a regular printer and the person says, "Hey, you gotta buy ink with this." Like, what? No, I don't want to buy ink. I just want to use it. Ah, yes, the journey of filament. I think I'll use Mewell power supplies. So, reality. Uh, I don't know the history or the specifics, so take this as you will. But allegedly, they used to have really decent printers. Ender 3 used to be a decent printer. But then they started shifting manufacturers or their OEMs, and they started getting different parts. So they were selling the same printer that they previously were, being praised for, and they had all kinds of good reviews. And then they started putting crappy components in it, reducing the quality a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. So now we have bare minimum viable products, literally the most bare possible product for a lot of these printers. I think they've gotten a bit better, but they're still making uh, V-wheel bed slingers with direct drive. Okay, the sprite does seem to work pretty good, but still, direct drive and bed slinger and like, oh, they have a probe sometimes. We get so many iterations of these printers that are slightly different. And I have a feeling it's because we're talking about buying the stuff in bulk. So they buy X amount of stuff in bulk. Okay, that is how much is allocated for this line of printers. If we want to get more parts, we have to make a new printer. I feel like it's something stupid like that. But regardless, Creality quality control has gone way downhill. People have complained, and now a lot of people won't buy Creality stuff. And then some people have actually been not quite scammed, but I think some people have felt like they were being scammed by some of the stuff they did. There's a whole scanner incident. So there's just a lot of like weird Creality stuff that had happened, and I wasn't around for any of it. So it's hard to give my judgment. I can only say that the Ender line has a lot of mods for it, a lot of community support. So if you want community support, there you go. This point where they had 8-bit 32 boards. Yeah, like there is like you buy this thing, it's gambling how good of a printer Oh, wow. Interesting, Chewy. Huh. Yeah, moons. Now, it's possible that they still have moons motors, but just unbranded. Like, you can have, just because you get something from one manufacturer doesn't mean that the whole line of products are good from that manufacturer. Hmm. They do in the CR10. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so John, we're hooking up John with an ender. Oh, and have a good night, Mad Cat. If I didn't say goodbye, see you later. I'm gonna keep going for a bit. Still got the shelf to finish. Try to figure out what height to put the rest of the shelves at. I can change the after the fact. It's just kind of annoying. So right now I got the two rows where this is just my filament that needs to be or should be stored. You try V wheels. Oh, I printed out this cool V-wheel racer car. They're upstairs. I should have brought them down, but my kid is having fun with them. Like, what do I do with all my old V-wheels? And then I saw a car that you can print off. Do I still have it up? I do. Take a look at this. These slot racers. So you take your old V-wheels or new one in my case. I'm trying to go away from them, so I just have excess that I don't need. I turn them into little cars. That came out good. And I happen to have extra 30mm M5s because Rolohan demands lots of M5s. You might be done with bed flingers once you bring your bournes on. All right, chat. Is it bed slinger or bed flinger? Let me know. Bed flinger or bed slinger? A little Pinewood derby car. Bed slinger. So I'll link this if you want to take a look. Oh, I didn't like this. I'm gonna put in my toys collection. Toys, toys, toys. Here we go. This is actually a neat little print. And they are pretty kid friendly too. I just looped in these little components. Now you want V wheels? Yeah, so buy your ender and then take all those excess wheels and then turn it into a little racer. There you go. I don't know, that's cute. Oh, oh man. This thing's still printing? I guess so. Linear press. I saw a remix that uses skateboard bearings. So there you go. Where's my other two things? So you guys impressed with this printer yet? You impressed? You gonna run out and buy one? So the SB06 Plus is sold out now, which is cool. They limited the orders to 800. I was probably order number like 10. It's kind of funny. I heard, I think it was Mad Cat, someone said they were setting an alarm. And I was like, huh, I should take a look. So the time rolled around. It was like 10, or right after they opened the pre-orders. I was like, should I get this printer? And then I did a quick look at the specs. I knew nothing about this printer. Like, obviously, I knew about the SPO6. Still no experience with one, but I've heard a lot of people have had a good experience with it. I was like, so what is this printer? And then I saw it has 10mm extrusions. Not extrusions, rods on the X. It's like, huh. So it seems like they've actually put thought into this thing. And if people love the SPO6, and this is a bigger, yet feasibly bigger, not just an expanded version of it, because you could take Eddie. Was it BC? It might have been. How they showed their solution. I saw something. I think they did have a fix for it, or someone has a fix for it. But you wanna? Oops. I don't want this one. You want to talk about strain relief? How about a bed with zero strain relief, where the connector is a hot swap? Oh, and also it just rubs against the belts. Like, it's just rubbing on the belts right now. No biggie. That's fine, right? We can have wire looms rubbing up against belts. Is that okay? Is that okay? Is that fine? He legit told Nomi that he was going for donuts and ordered on the way. Oh my god, that's amazing. I don't know. I'd want donuts. Oh, I should get cookies. I'll be back. I'm gonna eat cookies. You guys make me hungry with all your donut talk. Keep the Chewy. You're in charge. I can still hear. I can't see you though. Mm, delicious. Oh my god, this place is a mess. If only you saw. All right, late night cookies. I made these today. Cookies, yay! See, I'm a baker. You know what's up with the mess? Yeah, I mean, it's a work in progress. I got it. I really don't like that. Mm. Cheers. Anyone else eating cookies at 3 o'clock in the morning? Oh boy, 3 a.m. I should have said that. Nothing like 3D printing on a big bed slinger. Oh, does this irritate anyone that this isn't centered on the bed? Does it irritate at least one person? Hmm. I'll show you a mess, Chewy. Oh, we should do this. We should have like the 3D printer support group where every week we go to someone else's house and we like clean up their shit. And then like we go around like clean up everyone's houses. Mm. Yeah, I gotta make sure that I'm not excessively wearing. This is his first print. This is a version PEI. But yeah, no, that's fair. Oh my god. And your wife. That's funny. Hmm. What's next? More bins? What do you think? I have a couple more bins I could potentially put on here. She uses all the filament. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, timber. Okay, let's see. I got these bins right here. I can put, those two will probably fit sideways. Where's the other one? Oh, the other one's full of 3D prints. Oh my god. My crawl space is full of filament. Oh no. This is my box full of junk prints. Nothing too good in here. I got this is slowly falling apart. I gotta re-glue it together. Yeah, just a random junk print. Nothing special, right? Alright. Like a virgin. I printed for the very first time. Like a virgin. With your filament next to mine. I got that wrong. So wrong. Couch it. I mean, we were a little close, but I specifically made sure my Z offset was higher. Like, I looked. I was like, okay, there is a gap at Z equals 0, and it was still too close. Close enough. That's all you're getting out of me. Like, we didn't even sing Make Your Viking Happy Birthday. So I got that bin. Just trying to clear up space. Trying to figure out how I want this stuff organized. My biggest issue is going to be this corner down here. I don't know what to put there. I don't know what I'm doing for space or desk space yet. Remember, I have a whole nother one of these countertops. What's organized mean? Organized means if I need something, I can find it. It doesn't care what it looks like. It just needs to be able to be found. That's organized. So right now, my main issue is that this is my workspace. It's like this. You're looking at it. So in order to do anything, all of this has to be cleared. Oh, that's nice, Chewy. Is it like a pile of film on the floor? I mean, like I literally have like like filament. I literally have filament on the floor. Like I'm trying. I'm trying here. What's that printer? But I'm trying here. Ugh. Oh, my socks? Like my Santa socks? Okay, and then I get the piles over there. Like, oh my god. You wasted all that. Wasted what? Wait, what? What did I waste? Ends? Ends of what? Ends of the rolls? I didn't waste anything. I don't waste nothing, trust me. Scraps? I don't have any scraps. I have like 0 scraps. I don't know what you saw, but I don't have no scraps. Pile of end spools? There is none. No, those are all full. I got rid of my end spools. I got rid of them all. I threw away like 20 today. Of course, I recycled the Polymaker ones, but that's what the table project was, which is working great, by the way. Pilot end spools? No. These are full spools. These are like need to be organized spools. And I have this corner that I just freed up that I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna put there because I got my printer here, right? This thing. Big printer. Yeah, Inspo's turned into a lac table. Right. My kid's using upstairs. Again, still wants to keep trying to do the puzzle. I keep telling him, it's not a puzzle. It's a table. But he insists on doing the puzzle. Like, oh my god. How do you explain to a freaking 3-year-old, you don't have 30 rolls? Oh, okay, okay. That's another topic. I'd start buying filament if I want to start selling stuff. So I got to get on setting up my business. We got to start selling Rook printed part kits and other things. Okay, I think if I set this up correctly, I can line it up with this shelf right here. I don't want to keep this. I don't know. I'm so lazy. I want to keep the shelf here because it works. The STLs for the table. I have them up. I literally have it up right here. Here. This is the IKEA lac table. It uses a lot of filament. Oof. Filament wholesale. Nice. It'd be fun to do it in actual colors, like, you know, a full block of just one color. It would look pretty neat. But I just could not stand how many small spools there were. And of course, some people might not think that like 200 grams is a small bit of a spool, but in terms of projects, I like to print bigger things. I don't like to print little tiny things. So like everything I print is at least like 100 or 200 grams. So I'd rather have a big spool, like one big spool instead of like a little bit left over, just in case I want to take that and turn it into a project. Right, I do need to start using my printers and like printing this and then selling that. Like that'd be cool. To be fair, I did buy a significant amount of Polymaker filament. I have a lot of Polymaker that's like my own. It is mixed in with, you know, a lot of this other stuff, but I purchased a lot of Polymaker, probably like 20 spools or so, at least 20 from different sales and different occasions. Plus, I had purchased Polymaker before I joined the team. I just really liked it. It's good stuff. I like the colors and the consistency. So if I'm going to be doing a print farm or selling models, I want to make sure that I'm getting consistent filament. IKEA tables are $17, but why would you want to spend 17 when you can spend like 50 and print one? Yeah, Polymaker is just good stuff. Of course, I always say there's many other brands, other stuff you want to try. I say go by color. Find some colors that you really like. For example, TH3D has their tricolor. Like that's really cool. And Polymaker doesn't offer tricolor. You've earned that in your own way. Yeah, I can't sell it. That's the issue. It's like they're like samples, if that makes any sense. So that's part of the contract is that you can't sell those. You can certainly buy filament, but you can't sell it. You can sell the prints. I cannot actually. I cannot. Uh, used to be a diehard Sunlu guy, but since you got introduced to Polymaker, I haven't looked back. I had some Sunlu that printed pretty well. Of course, I haven't had experience with any real brand. Like I've tried a couple colors, but that's not enough to say I like it or I don't. I really liked how Printed Solids purple and slime green printed very well. I'm liking how Prussian prints pretty well. But something about Polymaker is just a little bit different. Maybe it's because I have it dialed in, but it just works. Especially the PLA Pro. I keep saying PLA Pro is the way to go. No, I don't have a written contract, but that is in the. I actually asked recently, like yesterday. I just want to verify because that is a legitimate question. Can you sell stuff you get from the, like, I don't even know what it's called, but this is project filament, if that makes any sense. So project filament specifically for promoting like yourself, etc. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's something that you don't really think about until it happens. But what I might do is in Patreon, I might start offering a tier where I do send out free prints. Right? I have a bunch of prints lying around. I can send those out. That's kind of a workaround, but something like that I might do. You don't miss the poll? Poll? What? Oh, that reminds me too. We have to do more Polymaker contests. Like I was supposed to set one up a while ago, but I never did. We like brainstormed some on stream one day, and then I never set anything up because no one's really in charge of that. And when I get put something in charge, it gets delayed like 6 months. So we'll be setting up some contests pretty soon. Oh, the poll, the prediction, is that still up there? It seems pretty decent. Like, for reference, my Wanho with the same size bed was unusable. It was like, at best, 0.8 millimeters off. Like, I don't know why it was so much worse, but it was, and that could have been of how I set it up or something. But that's something that I want to set up with my custom test bench platform. We'll have to have a name for it, but whatever I'm going to end up building for a custom 3D printer, but one that's specifically designed for testing and quality. I'm really thinking now, it's probably going to be... what do you think of a like 150 size printer with, so like a frame, well, each of the corners, think of a V0, how it has the linear rails on the inside. What if I had that as my frame, but then the sides are driven by lead screw? Maybe that would work. It doesn't have to be super, it has to be stiff. We'll figure that out. We can brainstorm that one day, but my thought was lithos. I saw you posted a history of lithos. I read through some of it. It was pretty interesting. Yeah, I did see that. That's pretty cool. I gotta print some more as well. Ball screws. We were talking about that too. I want to do ball screws, but in order to buy a printer with ball screws, oh boy. Not just a printer, but just the ball screws. Good ones. Expensive. Linear rail upgrade for the Z-axis. I don't have one on that one. And, I mean, it still prints reasonably well in terms of Z. Not perfect, but reasonably well. I think it's worth it, honestly. Ball screws with servos, right? That'd be fun. No, but I was just gonna do linear rails and probably able to fit a 350 bed for testing. I want to be able to run a bed mesh on all the beds, but I also want to have it kind of compact. So maybe I go up to 300 millimeters. The smaller I go, the better off the Core XY system will be. I still want to be able to move relatively fast because I need to be able to test like input shaper responses from different hot ends and different extruders, different everything. Then maybe, I was also trying to figure out how I would install a Voron tool head. Like, that'd be interesting. If it's better to go with the Voron belt path and adapt EVA, or go with an EVA tool path and adapt to Voron. Which one do you think would be better? Find a litho in an old beer cup or stein. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I can see that. I like your what is it? Hmm. You want to say Eva, but eh? What's Eva? Eva's great. It's a great tool head. I love my Evas. Have you tried Eva? Everyone needs an Eva in their life. And there goes the filament. All right, I gotta move this so I can actually get those tops on. In fact, I gotta move it out that way. The tops have to slide up. This is a pretty decent sized rack. There's so much filament on the floor. Radio link, I'm probably keeping that. Just want to keep the box for a bit. You have not. Ah, it is. Once you build Neva toolhead, you're like, wow. I used to use a stealth burner. Don't get me wrong, stealth burner is pretty well engineered, and they do work for ABS. But wow, Eva, the options. TLDR, Eva is designed for speed printing, and stealth burner is designed for ABS. Just doubling your 5015s is a huge benefit. They can put one of those giant server blowers. That's pretty cool too. CPAP right into it. Just many options. Plus, it's a lot more rigid. So much more rigid in the way it mounts. The center of gravity is a lot better. All right. This is a bit jank. I think we got it though. Oh, just barely. Something stupid happens every time the song plays. Again, that's the annoying part about these shelves is that you have to kind of just do it all at once. Where those ones, I can at least reconfigure them a little bit. I can reconfigure these, but it's just still a pain. Oh. All right, what's chat say? Loud? 40. Oh, you got Blowmatrons? 4020s? Is it like 4028? Yeah, they're just 40 millimeter fans. Yeah, 4028s. I was just looking that up somewhere. Someone had it. But essentially, it's this mount. Never measured. Yeah, so there's this mount right here. And this is just a stock mount, but you could take any one of these. And it's designed for... Oh, someone had a question about hooking up like a 4-pin server fan. Apparently there's some weirdness. I couldn't answer it, but... yeah, that's pretty high in the CFN department. But my favorite right now is just the dual 5015s. Or there's a single 5015 that mounts sideways so you can get more movement. I still feel that two 5015s is the minimum for speed printing PLA without external blankets. But that's just me. Single 5015 for PETG. Yeah, because you don't need to like cool PETG. 15015 is not enough for PLA. Yeah, like it's you can, but you can't. There's a reason why people with their Voron printers, yeah, they're still fine, they're good, but there's a reason why they mainly print ABS is because their printers are designed to print ABS. They're not designed to print PLA. Same people making fun of PLA. I don't get it. Just embrace it. Personally, I like the Hero Me Gen 7 now. Gen 7. It's a pretty overall good tool head. I prefer to have EVA, but for a Core XY, it's kind of like an EVA. It really is. It's just not as serviceable. That's the biggest issue, is that you can't just quickly remove the hot end. You got to kind of take it apart. But the main parts are fine, and you only have to download them once. So, yeah, to some degree, it's serviceable. It's a big selection. 7-minute benchy, work with 15. I'll set the part every time. Trihorn. Trihorn on it from the Max system. But yeah, that's the thing. There are so many colors of PLA. Why? I'm guessing that's what consumers want the most of because it's the easiest to print. Every printer can print PLA. Not every printer can print ABS. Not even any printer can print PETG. Like, even though your printer can get up to 145, doesn't mean that you should be printing PETG on it. Like, good luck printing that on a non-all-metal hot end. Oh boy. That's how I killed my KP3S Pro tool head, by the way. Fun fact. What's this supposed to be? I think I had my slots on wrong. It's a little hard to align this sometimes. But yeah, I got PETG gunk in my Bowden tube. Super annoying. It's a fun material to look at, but it's such a pain to work with. Nerd. I know, right? But I'll be interested to see like Galaxy PETG. Why? Why don't we have that yet? Do we have that? Is that a thing? Galaxy PETG. Prushment has a Galaxy. You get my Prushment on Amazon for $40? Really? Huh. I mean, black isn't really the most fun color. Ooh, Air One has it. It's maroon? Wow, what is this? Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so allegedly They might have some. Like, this is kind of what I'm looking for, though. Something like that, right? Like a glittery, yeah, like kind of like that. These look photoshopped. What is that print? That's like a fun thing. Of course, they're probably not gonna list their models, though. Of course not. Sparta.